Hey guys, what's up? Dan here from straightedgeworldwide.com, coming to you from a rainy as fuck day in Toronto. Yesterday was the unofficial end of summer in Canada, so Mother Nature is hitting us like a ton of bricks today. Anyways, I got some Tumblr questions to answer for you guys today, plus I got a whole bunch of updates on what's been going on the website and in the Straight Edge community. So let's get started. First, let's start with our Tumblr. Fitz wants to know where to get some Edge posters. Apparently his house has become a bit of a drunken party house, and he'd like to turn his bedroom into a straight edge man cave. I did some legwork. I looked into Google a bit. Apparently Google was not broken this week. And unfortunately some of our usual suspects like Hot Topic couldn't find any. Catalyst Records couldn't find any. The only place I really found some were on the Bridge 9 store and on the Revelation Records store. No general straight edge posters, but they did have a lot of posters from straight edge bands. Some of the other places I saw some straight edge posters were places like Zazzle and Cafe Press, but I really wasn't impressed by the quality, so I don't recommend that you check those out. If it turns out that nobody out there, if you guys can't suggest any places to find some good straight edge posters, we can definitely start making some posters. We can, if you submit some artwork, or if we get some of our merch designs, we can turn those into posters. But we might include those in some of our merch orders. Next up, from our Tumblr, we had a question: is it okay to tell people that you're Edge at parties if you haven't actually claimed Edge yet? Well, it's weird when I go to parties and people offer me drinks. It's too much of a hassle to even tell people that I'm straight edge, so I just tell people that I'm the designated driver, and that usually, that usually takes care of it. Generally, if it doesn't work for you to tell people that you're the designated driver, and you got to do it with a smile on your face. You don't need to rub it in, and even if you haven't claimed Edge yet, if you just need to get people off your backs, I wouldn't have a problem with telling people that you're straight edge. Although, these have to be people that you're not going to see again. I mean, if people are going to be following you around being like, you told me you were straight edge, I saw you smoking, then it's going to be a problem. And if you actually know straight edge people are going to be at the same party, well, they're going to probably get pretty pissed off if you go around telling people that you're straight edge when you're not straight edge. Next up, a question that actually came in from our Facebook. Steve wants to know about fruit juices. He heard that fruit juices produce alcohol, so he wants to know whether or not you can eat fruit and drink fruit juices if you're straight edge. Well, that's actually kind of interesting. I mean, it is true that, yes, alcohol does come from fruit juices, but there's a lot involved. I mean, you need to have yeasts producing alcohol from sugars. Alcohol is actually produced by sugars in what are called anaerobic environments, which is yeasts, which are bacteria, produce alcohol from sugar when there's no oxygen available. They use it as an energy source. So in general, I wouldn't worry about eating fruit. I mean, if you're that concerned about it, definitely do some research into what alcohol is and where it comes from, because yes, alcohol is produced from fruit, but that's because that's where they get the sugars from to produce alcohol. Alcohol is also made from potatoes. It's also made from grains. So there's plenty of things that you can use to make alcohol. Pretty much any sugar source. That's it for the Tumblr questions. So I figured I'd just give you a rundown of what's been going on the website this week. We posted Euro dates for Punch. They're actually going to Europe with Negative Approach, which is awesome because Negative Approach are back. They're playing shows again. We also posted dates for Stick to Your Guns now that Josh James is playing full-time in Stick to Your Guns. He made that announcement that he's officially done with Evergreen Terrace. Stick to Your Guns are going to be on the road with Motionless in White for the Rockstar Energy Infamous Tour, so we posted those dates. Bring It Back for the Kids Fest is happening next month in Florida, Pompano Beach, I believe. And that's the festival that's run by X1981X Straight Edge Clothing. and it's pretty much the only place to see Remembering Never these days. So if you're located in the Florida area, go check that out. Trapped Under Ice is going to be there. Fire and Ice will be there. Backtrack will be there. Tons of really great bands. And also, apparently, they've got a legendary game of dodgeball that they usually organize. Also from Florida, Dark Sermon, that's Johnny Crowder's band. They've just released a music video for the song In Tongues. It's pretty sweet. Their drummer is ridiculously sick. So if you like breakdowns and blast beats, if you really like blast beats, go check that out. That's posted. Also out of Bangkok, Thailand, we just posted a new EP from Monument X. They're a brand new straight edge band out of Bangkok. They're on Holding On Records, and they've only been around since, I don't know, April. And they've got a new EP. They're demoing it at the moment, so it's a bit dirty, but it's pretty good. They're going to have the official one out on Holding On Records coming pretty soon. And last, Elgin James, just saw this morning. He is an ex-member of FSU. He's actually one of the founders of FSU. He is now a writer and a director of movies in Hollywood, and he's been featured in the New Yorker magazine, so we posted an article about that on our website too. Coming up on the website, tour dates. We post a lot of tour dates, but there's a lot of tours coming out. So we're going to have tour dates up for Code Red. We're going to have tour dates up for Converge and the Converge tour that they're doing with Touche Amore, which isn't really all that surprising considering that Jeremy Bohm from Touche Amore has an imprint called Secret Voice out on Jacob Bannon's Death Wish Inc. We're also going to have tour dates up for Every Time I Die. That's Andy Williams' band. And the AP tour this year is going to be Miss May I, which is Levi Benton's band, and Ghost Inside, which is Aaron Brooks and Jonathan Vigil's band. So we'll get dates up for that. And we'll get dates up for Trapped Under Ice, Fire and Ice, and Backtrack. They're actually going to be doing US dates and Canadian dates. Also, we've got some videos that are coming up. Agitator's got a new one out called Bury the Hatchet. And Title Fight, we posted their documentary previously, part 1 of their documentary, which was touring with Rise Against. They've got part 2 coming up, which I believe covers recording of Floral Green, which is actually going to be out in just a few weeks. Also on the website, we're working on getting an interview together with Ceremony. Ceremony is going to be in town next week, opening for Block Party, so we'll try to hook up with them. And on the website, we've got a lot of new stuff on the website that we're working on. First up, these days we are looking for people to review some CDs. If you've got some CDs in your collection that you've got some really strong opinions on, we'd like to hear them. Not necessarily from straight edge bands, but also one of the bands that have straight edge musicians in them. We'd like to hear from you. If you'd like to write some CD reviews, we'd like to get those posted. Also, we finished our business directory. If you haven't seen it already, it's got tattoo artists, it's got clothing lines, it's got vegan food and vegan chefs and caterers, it's got athletes. If you have a blog, if you have a clothing line, if you're an artist, you need to get yourself listed in our business directory so that straight edge kids can find you and support you. We're going to be working on adding states on there, states and provinces and countries, so that people can search by location, so that's a bit easier to find people. But for now, get yourself in there, do yourself a favor. Other than that, we're also working on possibly getting an Omegle style chat section going. I know that there's a lot of kids out there that want to meet straight edge kids just like them, so we're trying to get that set up. And we might have forums going, but forums tend to be a disaster. It's hard to create a good tone on a forum, so we might not set that up, but we're looking into it. New in the store, brand new. I'm not sure if you guys have seen these. If you've bought one before, it's probably going to be in your mail very, very soon. But these are our Drugs Won't Weigh Me Down tank tops. There's the logo on the back. And then we also have the Drugs Won't Weigh Me Down crew necks. Yes. And logo on the back as well. We have a few left. We've sold a lot of them. Like I said, if you've bought one already, it's probably in the mail. I know our Canadian customers have already started to receive theirs, so probably by end of week, if you're located in the US, you'll probably see one of those in your mailbox. What else? What else? Oh, our new cocaine and caviar rips are going into production today. We're going to be placing the order. Not sure if you've seen those crew necks, but they're sick. They're in our header on our Facebook and on our Tumblr right now. Next up, as I said before, we're looking at printing off some posters. Probably going to be posters of some of our merch designs and also some of the merch designs that people submit. Also, some of those designs we're probably going to be making some stickers because these are the last of our sticker run. 2,000 stickers we have had printed so far, and this is all that's left. We've been bundling them in with our merch orders, but they just, they go. So we're going to be putting in an order for some more stickers, and this time we'll also probably be doing our merch designs on stickers and maybe the bikes not blunts and things like that. Also looking into getting our merch designs on some iPhone cases. Not necessarily Android because it's it's a lot more difficult to cater to every single Android phone out there. It's not to say that we don't like Android, and to be honest, Android is the official phone of straightedgeworldwide.com, but iPhone cases. That's it for merch, but also before we go, remember we are designing new merch all the time, and this is why you need to enter our contests, because we mail people shirts that enter our contests and win our contests. So don't forget to enter our contests. Also, don't forget to keep submitting your tattoos to our Flickr, and don't forget to submit photos of you wearing our merch, and we will give you a 10% discount coupon. Other than that, keep sending us your crap. We will post it. Keep sending us your questions, and hopefully see you at a show.